Thing about in the like the late 50s, early 60s, we always had pizza on my birthday, and Dad would make sure that I had a Christmas tree up by my birthday.
Oh,
Uh,
I put ours up too.
so that's why I always wanted up for my birthday now. And this, I'm sure, is chocolate covered cherries, which I always got chocolate cherry covered cherries for my birthday.
why? Because
No.
just because you like them?
No, I did not. I don't know why they started doing that, but that was another thing of Dad's, I think, that to see that I had them.
Did you have a favorite?
Go ahead.
You have a favorite gift that you can remember?
Yeah. Well, for Christmas, would have been the year that they gave me the 35mm automatic camera. So that would have been about 1 or 62. I used that a lot. Birthday presents, I don't remember that much.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Right.
Well,
Except for
that's
Julie,
just-
of course.
That's not. Oh, okay. So, like,
Well, you got Julie for your birthday present.
Yeah, and she's
Yep.
the best present we ever got.
Best present I ever got.
Candy.
Mom just kind of run herself ragged at Christmas time, seeing to it that we all had presents and lots of them, and going to Grandma and Grandpa's for Christmas Eve and everything. She went all out for Christmas to see things are decorated and stuff. So
Nice.
Just like our mom.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it sounds very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say he didn't like my decoration.
Yeah, no presents this year.
Everybody like,
No.
Speak for yourself. Just kidding.
but you know what? You
Yeah, do that.
all those decorations are up here.
We can't hear you, Lucy.
Well, I'm very close.
When it doesn't light up.
Now I can hear you.
I said I have every decoration up here that because I had to bring my decorations from the basement and I had to put them somewhere, so they're up here,
We doubled up.
which I think it looks just fine, but your dad thinks it's like too many.
I didn't say that.
Actually,
I
you
didn't
did.
say it just it can't hardly move anywhere without tripping over it. No, it's not, except her natural place to put something up on the wall is about this height.
Mhm. Yeah, I have that for, never get near the refrigerator.
For how long?
Not there.
What,
Oh,
2?
oh, it was, okay. Well,
I wish I had a better memory, because that just made me think of how Christmas was usually the time that we went down to Delevan. I mean, that was a holiday we most often, so I can kind of just picture people sitting around, somebody sitting on the piano bench and having Christmas and stuff.
The big table they had.
Putting the big leaves out, right?
Yep, right. Uh,
And yeah,
I've got slides of the stuff of Christmas trees with all the gifts underneath it after I got my camera. So, let's see what else. We always went to, like I said, Grandma and Grandpa's for Christmas Eve. Had to stay there till 3 or 4 in the morning.
Wow.
oh, really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why is that? Just for,
Well, never opened the presents until after the formal dinner, and the dishes were washed and put away. And it was opened one gift at a time, and the wrapping was taken off carefully and folded to use again next year. And it was shown and discussed, and so
and that was at Grandma and Grandpa Butts's house?
well, no, Grandma and Grandpa, no, Grandpa Butts died in like 1945, and Grandma lived with Aunt Ruth and Uncle Gene in Harvard, and she died in like 1957.
Okay. So you're talking about Craemer's?
It was Craemer's, yeah, Grandma and Grandpa Craemer's. After they left the farm, they lived in Beloit in a house, and then they moved to the lake, the small cabin by the lake, and
Well, damn, Polly should get going here
yeah,
because it's snowing more now.
it's snowing more. So,
All right.
yeah,
Hi,
got-
Dan.
want to use a broom to brush it off? Or?
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Make sure you when you get home safe.
Yeah.
Bye, Danny.
Bye, Dan.
Stay safe.
Glad you came.
You get tired, pull over.
So anyway,
They lived, okay, they lived by the lake, and that was the cabin by the lake?
right. Delmar subdivision. They were, a couple blocks from the Lake Delevan. So,
Well, when did they move to Walworth then?
we were talking about that earlier today, and I got it down to probably about 68, maybe 1968.
Oh,
They
really?
built that house.
They built it?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why they moved, because they built the house?
Yeah, I guess they didn't want to be out of town anymore. The
Well,
Lake Delevan Lake was out a ways away from any town. It was it was kind of a weekend.
So what is Mom saying?
Pardon?
What is Mom saying?
Well, then she said you don't know why they moved there, but Grandma was actually born close to Walworth. And the Craemers were around that area too. They lived around different places. There was a picture of Grandpa being like about 7 or 8, and they had a picnic by Fontana. So they were from that area originally anyway as young people. So maybe that's why they moved to Walworth from the lake.
And they at one time they had a farm, right?
Correct. Yep. It was in Sharon Township, but farther more north, let's see, yes, in north and a little bit west of C, north on C and a little bit west of there by Saltbox School. So that whole farm is gone now. The buildings are all gone.
That's kind of weird because last night I dreamt about that house in Walworth. About the kitchen area being like straight in the front door and the garage being off to the left and the living room in the front and the pass through into the kitchen and then the long dining area, right? Or dining area and then the bedrooms going back. I don't remember the bedrooms. That's
Right.
kind of weird. I had dreamt about that last night. That's kind of weird.
Well, when I started going to the feed mill in Walworth, I took you with me and we stopped at Grandma and Grandpa's on the way home. You remember that?
No, I should try to do.
You weren't very big.
Hmm.
Since it was like 70,
I said before.
we were probably 10 years old, something like that. You should remember some of that.
No,
That's right. No,
yeah, we moved up. I was 5. when we
3,
moved.
67, 68, 69, 70. Yeah, you would be like three or 4 years old. That's right. Yeah.
I don't remember stuff from when I was 10, much less.
No, you weren't. But we were up here
Yeah,
when you were 10.
yeah.
So, but they came up and visited the farm.
I think I saw a picture recently of this grandma up in. No, was she ever in Marshfield? No.
No.
Yeah, maybe she was in Marshfield. In that house?
Well, yeah, she could have been. We moved here. No, 88. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It was 86. She was 100 and she was 80. She was born in 87, not 1887. And she was 106 years old. So 87, 88, 89, 90. And she was in a nursing home the last few years of her life.
Yeah.
She lived in an apartment after Grandpa died, and then because she left a pan on the burner, and they asked her to move with the burner on. She
In
left
the
the pan
apartment?
in the apartment, and they asked her to leave, so she went and lived in a nursing home that was owned by old neighbors, more or less, from the farm. Yeah. It was a house. It wasn't like a facility. It was a house that was a nursing home.
Oh, really? It was down the road. It was in Darien, down the road from Jan.
Exactly. Yeah. From Jan's. Yeah.
Wow. So she must have moved out of Walworth, then 85, 86, 87? No.
Who?
Grandma.
Oh, I'm not exactly sure what year she lived in that apartment after Grandpa died until she was 103 and living in that apartment all by herself.
Wow.
Or 3 or 4. 103 or 4 she was.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that. I was thinking how that.
Thought she was 100 when she moved out of the house. Thought she lived in that house to 100.
That could be. Yeah, and then she moved to that apartment building. And I could say she was 103 or 4 living all by herself in that apartment. So then went to the nursing home for a couple, 3 years. So,
Huh. And I know you've told me already, and I just don't remember, well, what was the, what did Grandpa Cray do for a living?
well, he farmed all along. For I don't know how long they were on that farm by Sharon, but they had some pretty big farms. He did custom work with his steam engine and thrashing machine. During the time in the winter time, he'd haul milk by bobsled in cans for neighbors around to the milk factory. They had auction on the farm in 1945, and so I know that when they got to the little house by Delevan Lake, he did have a job working construction, building those kind of cabins with Pommy, who was a contractor. He worked long enough to qualify for Social Security, since farmers at that time didn't pay into Social Security, so they couldn't collect any. And he worked with Pommy building the house and houses long enough to qualify. Well, how many? Nine quarters you have to work to collect Social Security. So then they collected all those years, and Grandma collected all those years. Wasn't much, but it was something. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get to take a nap today?
I had a little one a while ago. Must have been 15 minutes or so.
A birthday cat nap. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's where I spent all the time, in the chair when we're supposed to be watching MSNBC and he's sleeping.
Hey, Grandpa,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut out because I'm actually am tired.
Okay.
Happy birthday and happy belated birthday to Julie. I was so busy that day. I thought about her, but I don't know why. I just didn't have much time. But I want to say happy birthday to her anyway.
Well, thank you. No worries. I was sick anyways.
It was.
You were sick on your birthday? Oh, man.
Well, glad you were here, Mark.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys all later.
All right, bye, Mom.
I love you. Bye.
Love you too.
Yeah.